Help me. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In this video we'll be trying out Mono Dragon. Let's get right into it. Starting off we have Loaded Dice Swords Dance Haxorus, who's able to set up a dance and tank the Hurricane from the Pelipper. Fires off the Scale Shot, does that big damage, and is able to take out Pelipper in one shot. I do enjoy running the Scale Shot set, getting the speed boost, but unfortunately that defense low is going to prove to be critical, as you'll see right here. He goes into Lucario, goes for the extreme speed, takes me out. I then go into the Regidrago. He's able to outspeed, go for the Meteor Mash, do that big damage and get the attack boost, but I hang on, retaliate with the Earthquake, take out the Lucario. That banded damage is enough to get the KO. He then goes into the Crawdon, I go for another Earthquake, do half to him. He goes for the knockoff, takes out my Regidrago. The rain finally goes away, I then go into my Hydreigon, able to outspeed, go for the Draco, take out the Crawdon. He then goes into the Iron Leaves, gets that attack boost from the Quark Drive. I'm locked into Draco, so I decide to switch into my Dipplin, get that Syrup going over, lower his evasion. He goes for the close combat, I eat that right up. He switches things up, fires off the Side Blade, I eat that up too. Go for the Infestation, do that good damage and lock him in. He starts taking some damage, goes for another Side Blade, I tank that as well. Go for the Syrup Bomb, get that syrupy effect. Even with the 4 layers of status condition, he's able to outspeed, go for the Side Blade, take out my Dipplin. My next Pokemon is on the Salamence, I get that Intimidate going, go for the Dragon Dance on the first turn. He goes for the Side Blade, I'm able to tank that up with no problem. Iron Leaves is getting stuck in that syrup over there. He decides to switch into his own Salamence, intimidates me. I fire off the Dragon Claw, take him out with the crit. I take a little bit from the Life Orb. He then goes into his Thunderous Therian. I fire for another Dragon Claw. He just hangs on. That Intimidate from before proving huge. He goes for the Volt Switch, takes out my Salamence. He pivots back into the Iron Leaves. I go into my Hydreigon. He goes for that Terra Fighting. I go for the Dark Pulse, still enough to take him out. His last Pokemon is in the Thunderous Therian. I'm able to outspeed, go for the Dark Pulse, take him out. Good game. Alrighty, let's get into game number 2. I start with the Haxorus again. They start with the Alolan Ninetales, get that snow going, I get the mold breaking. I go for that first turn, Terra Steel. He sets up the Aurora Veil, I go for the Iron Head, he just hangs on. He then switches into the Azelf. I go for another Iron Head, do some good damage. I then decide to make an aggressive play. He decides to set up the Beanbag over there. I go for the Swords Dance, get that attack boost. Behind his Beanbag, he then decides to get some nasty thoughts, gets that special attack boost. I fire up the Scale Shot, break the sub, and then do that big damage, but he just hangs on. However, thanks to Scale Shot, I'm now able to outspeed, fire for another Scale Shot, this time take out the Azelf. With all these boosts, Haxorus is starting to look like a real threat. Snow finally goes away, he goes into the Crawdon, goes for the Aqua Jet, takes me out in one shot. I then go into my Dipplin, get that syrup all over, lower his evasion. He decides to switch into his Galarian Wheezing. I fire up the Syrup Bomb, do absolutely nothing but get him caught in the syrup. He starts losing some speed. I decide to switch into my Hisui Gudra. He fires up the Toxic, does absolutely nothing. Gudra is about to prove to be a huge threat. I go for the Curse, lower the speed, get the attack and defense boost. He fires off the Will-O-Wisp, gives me that burn. He keeps losing some speed. I take a little bit from the burn. He then goes into his Crawdon. I decide to go for another Curse, keep those boosts coming. I take a little bit more from the burn. He fires off the close combat, does that big damage, I'm able to hang on. Hoping Gudra can take the hit, I then go for the rest, get full health back, get rid of the burn, and eat my Chesto Berry. He goes for another close combat, I eat that right up, and now Gudra's ready to go off. Go for the body press, take out the Crawdon. He goes back into the Alolan Ninetales, gets that snow going, completely whiffs the Hypnosis thankfully. I go for the Gyro Ball, take out the Ninetales. Got a little lucky, but I don't think it matters. He then goes into his Teapot, goes for the Strength Step, activates my Sap Sipper. With the huge boost, I go for the Gyro Ball, take him out in one shot. My opponent then forfeits. Good game. Alrighty, that's the video. Please know what you guys think down below and stay tuned for future content. Peace!